President Donald Trump has called his wife's new movie beautiful, emotional, fashionable and cinematic. But there is just one problem. No one is going to see it.
The film is called Melania. It cost around $60 million to make. It follows the First Lady over 20 days before the 2025 inauguration. And it opened in Australia today amid cancelled screenings, empty cinemas and just a handful of tickets sold.
Many viewers and critics have been asking, was Melania Trump's new documentary truly a flop? The film, which cost an estimated $60 million to produce, has certainly sparked a lot of discussion, but not necessarily for the reasons one might expect. Critics have been overwhelmingly negative. Early reviews on platforms like Letterboxd and Rotten Tomatoes have labeled it a missed opportunity. Many describe it as shallow and disconnected, with some reviewers calling it fluff that offers little substance. One critic summarized it as a project that promised an intimate look into Melania's life, but delivered little more than surface-level insights, awkward exchanges, and a series of polished but uninspired vignettes. The consensus seems to be that the film lacks depth, authenticity, and engaging storytelling, elements that are essential for a documentary to resonate. The reception among audiences has been equally dismissive. Reports from screenings in Australia, where the film premiered, indicate near-empty theaters. In some cases, screenings were cancelled or delayed because ticket sales were abysmal. For example, a premiere in Sydney saw only about 8 attendees, which starkly contrasts with the hype that surrounded its announcement. In the United States, the broad release was projected to screen in over 1,400 theaters, but early estimates suggest it will generate only a few $1 million at best, far below expectations. So, is this film genuinely a flop? By traditional standards, yes, it appears to be. A film that costs around $60 million to produce and promote, yet earns only a fraction of that back during its initial release, qualifies as a box office failure. The projected earnings for the opening weekend are estimated between $1 million and $5 million, which is a far cry from blockbuster hits or even successful documentaries like Fahrenheit 9/11, which grossed over $40 million. But the question remains, was it a complete disaster? Not necessarily. While the financial returns are disappointing, it's important to consider the broader context. The film's poor reception could be partly attributed to timing. Releasing it during heightened political tensions and amid a crowded media landscape might have limited its appeal. Additionally, the film's marketing seemed to overpromise, with Melania herself promoting it as a groundbreaking, revealing look at her life, only for viewers to find it lacking in substance. The financial implications of this project are significant. Amazon reportedly spent around $40 million to acquire the rights, with additional millions spent on marketing. That's a hefty investment for a documentary that's struggling to find an audience. The low ticket sales and canceled screenings suggest that the film might not recoup its costs anytime soon. This raises questions about whether the investment was driven more by political motives or personal vanity than by a genuine desire to produce a successful documentary. Supporters from certain media outlets have argued that the film's failure is due to bias, claiming that critics are unfairly tearing down Melania's achievements. They emphasize her role in protecting children online, or her immigrant success story. However, such defenses overlook the core issue. The film simply doesn't engage viewers. Audience disinterest and the empty theaters speak volumes about its lack of appeal, regardless of political bias. Looking ahead, the prospects for Melania's documentary are bleak. While streaming platforms might offer a lifeline, early indications suggest that interest remains low. If theaters are pulling the film from screens, it signals that the window for a comeback is closing fast. For Donald Trump, this is another example of overpromising and underdelivering. His brand of high expectations often clashes with reality, and this project appears to be no exception. In conclusion, the film's failure isn't just about poor ticket sales. It's about disconnecting expectations from reality. Critics have called it superficial and unremarkable, And the financial loss underscores how high investments don't always guarantee success. Whether this will serve as a lesson in political vanity projects, or just fade into obscurity, remains to be seen. But one thing is clear. The movie's reception highlights the importance of genuine storytelling over hype. What are your thoughts? Do you think there's more to this story, or was it doomed from the start? Drop your comments below. Thanks for watching. If you found this analysis insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more honest breakdowns. Until next time, stay curious.